Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the fact that Ethereum could flip Bitcoin in the next few months. This is very serious, and this kind of thought is forbidden in the Bitcoin maxi circles. In fact, if you say something like this to a Bitcoin maxi, you might be banished from the Bitcoin maxi community forever. But look, we're here for the truth.
Can Ethereum one day flip the market cap of Bitcoin? And if it does, is it bad for Bitcoin? Does it even matter if it happens?
Hallo allemaal, mijn naam is Dennis. In deze aflevering heb ik videofragmenten van crypto-experts verzameld waarin zij uitleggen waarom Ethereum en het bijbehorende ecosysteem enorm groot gaat worden. Er wordt zelfs beweerd dat Ethereum boven de totale marktkapitalisatie van Bitcoin uit gaat komen. Dat wil niet zeggen dat Bitcoin naar nul gaat, integendeel, Bitcoin zal verder stijgen, maar dat Ethereum en alles dat daarbij hoort een bredere interactie met de wereld gaat krijgen. Ethereum is meer dan een digitale waardebewaarder. Het heeft de capaciteiten om erop te programmeren en onder condities transacties te doen, waardoor het een interessante fundering kan worden voor financiële dienstverleners en afspraken tussen meerdere partijen. Het grappige is dat overheden en banken altijd de negatieve pijlen op Bitcoin zetten, waardoor Ethereum zonder obstakels het ecosysteem kan uitbouwen. Ik vind het een spannende tijd, omdat de huidige situatie van de wereld de acceptatie van crypto gaat versnellen. Het is al waar te nemen met de installatie van beursproducten om erin te investeren. Voor nu zeg ik alvast tot een volgende aflevering en veel kijkplezier.
But the big story in crypto land, Ethereum, the cryptocurrency surging nearly 11% today to an all-time high. It is now well above 3,000 thanks to the NFT craze and all the transactions. It's all about the network effect. It's all about the transactions that take place. $1.5 trillion in transactions in the first quarter alone, which is more than the 7 prior quarters combined, Tim. It is amazing.
Now let's talk a little bit about statistics, because Ethereum, most statistics, is kicking Bitcoin's butt. Now, Bitcoin is the most secure computer network in the freaking world, currently blowing every other cryptocurrency straight out of the water with its unimaginably high level of security. That being said, Ethereum does beat Bitcoin in most statistics, especially in a lot of the ones that really, really matter. Ethereum right now is settling twice as much on-chain value every single day compared to Bitcoin. Because, of course, there's just a lot more happening on Ethereum. You can send stable coins or hop into a DeFi protocol or whatever you might be doing. There's so much more to do on Ethereum. I think that this number is going to continue to outpace Bitcoin significantly in the coming years.
We're here to actually look at the numbers, and the numbers speak clearly. Bitcoin right now is at $1 trillion, 1.1. ETH right now is at 400 billion. Let's discuss, is it possible for ETH to go above Bitcoin? There is no such thing as wrong thing as some people may want you to believe. Some people don't even want you to think about something getting bigger than Bitcoin. It is wrong thing. You're thinking wrong. You're thinking forbidden thoughts. Let's do exactly that.
So the validation for Ethereum is front and center, and whether it's the numbers you're talking about, whether it's 7 million new Ethereum addresses now to 55 million, whether it's the EIB issuing $200 million of bonds on an Ethereum network, there's no question that there is use case. Whereas I think people have questioned what a lot of digital tokens or altcoins and whatnot could be used for. There's no question about what this could be used for. So, this is, to me, for the skeptics out there, this is such an easier story to get behind, especially in a world where NFTs have run wild, and that development in terms of digitizing assets is only just begun. So it's an exciting time. I'm long.
But when I looked at Ethereum, the thing I was told not to look at, I realized that not only was the technology very interesting, and yes, it has problems, and yes, it's very different to Bitcoin, and in fact, it's not even a competitor to Bitcoin. It's just part of a new digital asset ecosystem. I realized that Ethereum was actually probably the basis of the Internet of Value. And the Internet of Value is something hard to get your head around as well. I'll talk a bit about it later, but basically anything that you exchange that has value is going to be digitized. And Ethereum is breaking the ground for that. Now, there's the Ethereum 2.0 coming out, which actually hardens it as a platform and lowers the supply and speeds it up and probably cheapens the cost. There are, it is not perfect. Like, Bitcoin is not perfect for certain things. There is a massive ecosystem also being built in layer 2 solutions. And Ethereum has layer 2 solutions too, but it's also able to be changed, which is not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is this hard, super wonderful asset of money. Ethereum is not that. So this war between Bitcoin and Ethereum is nonsense. They're not even the same thing.
And I love a good meme. I love laughing. I love whenever we have some fun. Here's a nice picture explaining Bitcoin versus Ethereum. With Bitcoin, what can you do? You can transfer it out of an exchange. Perfect. I can do that. You can look at it in your wallet. You can look at your Satoshis. Perfect. Very nice. You can transfer it back to an exchange. And that's basically it. Now, of course, it's a joke. It's a joke. Calm down. Calm down. I see already people going nuts in the comments. Calm down. It's a joke. Of course, you can do a bit more with Bitcoin. Probably you can send it to some, BlockFi next door and get some 0.00 something percent yield. But of course, there's no way to compare the Bitcoin ecosystem to the Ethereum ecosystem, because right now we have so many things going on. We have exchanges, decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, going absolutely global, having billions of dollars on a daily basis in volume. It's insane. In many cases, they have more volume than centralized exchanges. You have lending. You have all kinds of innovations with NFTs. You have insurance. You have so much happening. Basically, the entire financial ecosystem is being reinvented on-chain in a decentralized way. And of course, this is difficult to understand. I mean, how do you even start understanding all of this? And this is the advantage, guys. Whenever you and I understand something that Wall Street doesn't, that big money in the world doesn't understand, then we have an opportunity. There we have an advantage. And with ETH, that knowledge gap is huge.
Bitcoin, gold 2.0, you buy it, you hold it, you preserve your wealth in it, right? It's an inflation hedge. And that's kind of about it for Bitcoin. And that's cool. I like Bitcoin. I think it is a great inflation hedge. I do think it is gold 2.0. It's more portable. It's more divisible. It's got so many advantages going for it. So I think Bitcoin is indeed looking at replacing gold as the ultimate store of wealth. Now that gives us a 10 trillion or more dollar market cap long term for Bitcoin. That is a heck of a big target for Ethereum to one day overtake. But that is what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin's really simple. It's really simple to understand. It's digital gold. You buy it, you hold it. That's it. But Ethereum, well, that's where things start getting really interesting, because Ethereum also has some interesting store of value properties, but it goes so much deeper than Bitcoin. Ethereum, you can buy it, you can hold it, you can stake it to get a passive income. Bitcoin doesn't allow you to do that. EIP 1559 is going to introduce a deflationary mechanism for Ethereum that could potentially even make it a better store of value narrative than Bitcoin with its simple supply cap. Not that I'm saying Bitcoin is a bad store of value by any means, but EIP 1559 certainly does bring in an interesting bit of economics to the mix. We have NFTs, home on Ethereum. We have decentralized finance, borrowing, lending, decentralized trading. We also have the traditional finance world coming into Ethereum. 100 million euros of the bonds issued out last week by a major European bank. We have synthetic stocks. We have property titles being issued out on Ethereum. We have derivatives, basically everything you can imagine. We have stable coins, or something like $80 billion worth of stable coins out there right now. We have commodities, which are being issued out on the blockchain, things like gold. We have fundraising, ICOs, IDOs, token sales. Ethereum has been historically the major home of that to happen. We have insurance like Nexus Mutual. We have prediction markets. We have decentralized autonomous organizations. We have decentralized identity protocols. Ethereum has become a unit of account in NFT marketplaces, in DeFi, in the insurance markets, and on and on and on.
And in December, I started digging into Ethereum. And I wanted to understand the crypto space at large. Because when somebody tells me, and many people did, don't look at anything else, you're a scammer, you're a shitcoiner, you're a fraud. If I look at something else, that makes me want to look at it. And I started digging into Ethereum. And I realized how incredibly robust an ecosystem it was. The sheer number of developers, programmers, applications, the ecosystem was bigger than Bitcoin. The growth in wallet addresses was about the same pace as Bitcoin. So I started thinking about that.
The developer lead for Bitcoin, this is very, very interesting. Bitcoin monthly active developers have grown 70% in the last 3 years. So we currently have around 360 developers working on Bitcoin on a monthly basis. But again, Ethereum absolutely knocking it out of the park here. We can see currently Ethereum has something like 2,400 developers working on their chain. This is monthly active developers in the Ethereum ecosystem, not just working, of course, on the Ethereum main chain, but on the different applications and things that are there. So this is significantly more developers. And over the same time period, developers have grown on Ethereum by 215%. So not only has Ethereum outpaced Bitcoin in terms of percentage growth of developers coming into the ecosystem, but also just dwarfs Bitcoin in the total number of developers actually working on the chain. And to be honest, it's not really that surprising because there's really not that much happening development-wise with Bitcoin.
And then I put Ethereum in the same terms as I looked at the network effects of Bitcoin, which was using essentially number of active wallet addresses. And it's a simplistic way of showing network effects. And what it showed was Metcalfe's law. When I put it against Bitcoin, if you see the chart here, you can see it's basically exhibiting the same traits as Bitcoin in Metcalfe's law, but actually the adoption's earlier and faster. And then when I put the chart of Ethereum against Bitcoin, starting at 5 million wallet addresses, to rebase them to a point where network effect starts taking hold, their prices were identical and the chart patterns were identical, but they're about 4 years different. That was like, whoa. So these are being valued exactly the same at different points because it's only the network effect that's valuing them. And that was incredibly exciting discovery. And I realized that the entire space is driven by network effects only.
This knowledge is still very niche. It is very, very few people in the world that understand all of this, which means that, of course, as an investment vehicle, ETH as an asset is not that greatly understood. People still think that ETH is just for transaction fees. People don't know about economic bandwidth, for example, the fact that ETH is the native asset on the Ethereum network, which means that it will be backing all kinds of loans. It will be backing all kinds of investment. Simply put, ETH is the reserve currency of the entire DeFi ecosystem, and we will go deeper into this in a separate video. But for now, let's just conclude that the knowledge gap is huge. You and I know so much more about ETH than Wall Street in comparison to what you and I know about Bitcoin that Wall Street does not know. Because let's be honest, 21 million, you can hodl it, you can send it, you can mine it. 5-year-old can understand it, okay? If you just put your mind to it, you can understand it. Now, to be fair to the 5-year-old, Wall Street took 10 years to understand this, okay? Wall Street is way slower than 5-year-old, but hey, at least now they are finally up to speed. They're finally up to the current situation in Bitcoin and they understand what's going on. Make no doubt about that. They know what's going on, guys.